Good morning. How are you? Morning Musings by Melinda. Hey, have you ever thought about lying? In today's environment, we're never sure what the truth is and what the truth isn't, because we've got a lot of malarkey, as I say, coming across the internet that we really have to do a lot of digging up to see if it's true or not true. And we're watching politicians accuse each other of lying. So, have you ever known that I have this little book called Morning Musings by Melinda? And I wrote a little bit about lying, and then I want to tell you some facts about it. Telling a lie is an interesting human condition. Sometimes people tell white lies to save themselves or someone else from embarrassment. Some people tell lies out of shame. Some out of greed. Some out of habit. Many people embellish the truth or tell stories out of insecurity. The worst lie is a lie that you tell yourself to avoid making changes in your life. Think about that. Being in a friendship or in a relationship with someone that you know who is chronically a non-truth teller does not serve you. Storytellers, or people who embellish, just crave attention. Perhaps that behavior can be ignored and you can be forgiving of it in a way that allows you to continue a relationship, depending on your tolerance threshold. Be forgiving of the out-and-out liar too, just don't continue in a relationship with them. If, after all, it's a like attracts like world, then your relationships are a reflection of you. And that's what I wrote about liars in Morning Musings. But according to CNN, people lie up to 728 to 1,092 times per year, depending on gender. Can you guess which sex lies the most? Of course, men lie the most. No offense to the men, but women lie better. So everybody lies. And, how do we know when somebody's lying? Well, first of all, it's hand gestures, okay? A study conducted by the University of Michigan in 2015 shows that people who lie move their hands much more than one who does tell the truth. Of course, there are people that are just using their hands to talk always, but I think you have to watch what they're doing with their hands. And number two, itching and fidgeting is a form of seeing if somebody is lying. Eye contact. If the easiest way to figure out if somebody is lying is when they don't directly look into your eyes. Lip rolling. Some liars purse their lips when they're lying. It's either that they're trying to hide what they feel or that they're concealing facts. Voice tone. Sometimes people have a higher pitched sound when they're lying, or also they may lower their voice just a little bit for the drama content. Speech content. If somebody is using the phrases, I want to be honest with you, or honestly, which actually is something that I do. I say honestly, but I don't think I lie. So I guess I got to get out of that habit. How about you? But there are indicators. Have you ever seen Judge Judy where somebody says honestly, she says, no, I want you to lie to me. I love that. Okay, so there are other words that are indicators which tend to be used when lying, okay? Like filler words, like, okay? Hard line pauses. When somebody is asking a question and somebody pauses and waits for the answer, it may be that the answer is hard to be forthcoming with because they're not going to tell the truth. Too many details. Skin changes, meaning maybe that people are sweating more or blushing. Backpedaling. When someone is lying, they'll have a hard time keeping track of their story, so they'll backpedal. In conclusion, the signs that someone is lying aren't as clear as Pinocchio's nose, the most famous liar. But remember, there are 10 quick tips to spot when someone is lying. Here they are. They avoid making eye contact. Their gestures won't match what they're saying. For example, they may be saying, yes, I finished that report, but their head is shaking no. They avoid facing the person and may turn their head or body away from you. Body language is very significant. Their expressions become limited. Instead of their whole face being part of what they're saying, they push back part of their face or hold still. They waffle. Instead of, I didn't do it, they say, I wouldn't do anything like that. They frequently proclaim that they're telling the truth for phrases like to be honest and believe me or to tell the truth. I once had a client that almost every other time that this person spoke, they said, I'm not going to lie. And so I knew that they were lying. When a question is asked that they're not prepared for, they may take long pauses as they create the next sequence of events. They may muddle their sentences together when speaking rather than following usual patterns of emphasis. They will often reply in a way that echoes the question. Okay, if you ask, is the spreadsheet done because I don't have it on my desk? They may say, yes, it's done, and I put it in your desk. They may frequently touch their face, throat, or mouth, scratch their nose or ear, or generally appear fidgety. So, what kind of relationship do you have with a liar? If you do, maybe you have to take a good, strong look at that because, again, it's a like attracts like world. And if you are in a relationship with a liar and it's okay with you, you got to really evaluate that. To live honestly means to not lie to yourself and to really evaluate who you are and what you want to become no matter what age you are. Every age that we live is an age of progression, an age to learn, an age to understand oneself. If you're not learning, you're dead. So make sure that you're understanding what you're doing with your ability to speak the truth, especially to yourself and who you're attracting in your relationships. Have a great day.